Hello everyone, my name is Esther Heuver. I'm a Business Development Manager at Elsevier, and since new EU copyright legislation came into force in the summer of 2019, I've been chairing an industry working group under STM to ensure that the academic publishing industry can successfully meet its obligations under this new law. In 2019, the EU Directive on Copyright in the Digital Single Market was adopted and came into force. This presentation is focused on Article 17 of the directive specifically. Article 17 deals with platforms that are typically commercial by nature and which store and give public access to a large amount of protected works. With Article 17, these platforms have become liable for the content they host unless they get authorization from publishers, for instance through a license or by making best efforts to ensure the unavailability of protected works. Article 17 presents thereby an opportunity for publishers and platforms to work together to enable the safe use of copyright-protected content and ensure a better experience for platform users. Although the bulk of responsibility lies with the platforms, Article 17 puts an onus upon publishers to supply platforms with relevant and necessary information. STM put together a working group to develop the tools needed to help publishers provide the relevant and necessary information to platforms. These are described in the article sharing framework. The framework considers researcher sharing habits, that they may share different article versions, that they may share for different motivations and purposes, that they may share on different platform types. The relevant and necessary information in our industry concerns an information about the article identity, the DOI, the article version, the JAV, and the applicable sharing permissions. To implement the framework, publishers are required to embed metadata tags in the article PDF in machine actionable form, so this being DOI and JAV. This is tried and tested. Several publishers have already been doing this for a number of years. Secondly, publishers are required to deposit sharing policy indicators with Crossref. These indicators are, again, machine actionable. In order to keep matters manageable for platforms, publishers choose from a carefully defined but limited set of STM sharing policies. Publishers can be reassured that this set provides flexibility to set a wide range of policies. This includes the ability to set different policies for accepted manuscripts and the version of record, or for sharing publicly versus for collaboration. Let me emphasize that the relevant and necessary information is embedded in PDFs and in Crossref. Platforms can extract the information themselves, and as such, it is not provided to them directly. The first step for platforms is then to examine the metadata in the PDFs that their users intend to upload. This in order to identify the article and the article version, so the DOI and JAV. The second step for platforms is to request from Crossref the STM sharing policy indicators for that specific article version. As the information is machine actionable, platforms can set themselves up to determine automatically and in real time if the uploading of an article is permissible. The article sharing framework is an elegant and relatively simple solution to a complex problem. It's an agreed standard specific to our industry. This as it builds on existing industry technologies such as Crossref and ISO recommended practices. It also considers researcher sharing behavior. Publishers rally around a limited set of STM sharing policies in order to ensure that the implementation of the framework is manageable and doable for platforms. The information provided is always clear-cut and unambiguous. I want to emphasize that the framework is not an upload filter. Platforms can choose themselves whether or not to use the information obtained through the framework. And lastly, the framework is zero to low cost for both publishers and platforms to implement. It is scalable, reliable, and last but not least, it's open and accessible for anyone to use. To support a successful rollout across our industry, webinars and workshops will be organized to support publishers and platforms in implementing the framework. An agenda is available on the STM website. The address and email address are provided here. Anyone is welcome to join these online conversations, and we truly hope that you will join, and we look forward to working with you on this. Thank you very much.